probably, we don't really even need to do that. We're not a very large group. Great. So I will invite Ajahn to begin our Dharma sharing. Thank you so much.
Hello to all of you across the world, across the United States. My name is Ajahn Chidao. I'm present here with Venerable Vasu Bandhu Bhikkhu. Apologize for joining a little bit late. I'm visiting and new to the meditation today and new to the Apache Stronghold and Oak Flat. Upon reviewing the literature here, I'd like to offer my short Dhamma talk on this and the application of the 5 precepts onto the protection of the land. We can see that in the days of the Buddha, he set forth the threefold training, which is Sila, Bhavana, and Panya. Sila is keeping the precepts. Then if you keep the precepts, it will clear the way for all of us to be able to meditate peacefully without distractions and worries, thus leading to wisdom. And it's unfortunate nowadays in the world that people don't heed the advice of the Buddha, which is the precept of not stealing. This directly relates to stealing, taking something that is not freely given. In the background information reviews, the sacred land is a place where sunrise ceremony for the Apache women are performed, where sacred medicine plants are gathered, and where sacred waters flow, nurturing life and a source of life. The Buddha valued women and that women had equal protection and of equal capacity of bhikkhus and bhikkhunis in the days of the Buddha. It was actually women that raised the Buddha. His mother passed away 7 days after he died, followed by Mahaprajapati that took over in raising him. It is with sadness and understanding, however, this discussion is now being shared across the world, the importance of respecting other people's lands, no different than respecting other people's properties. And if it is not freely given, one should really take that into consideration and respect such history that it holds, all of the benefit that it provides for the people that is adversely affected there. It is my hope that we strive forward in educating people about Buddhism, about the threefold training. It has been reduced down to simplest form so that everyone can cohabitate, live peacefully together, live in harmony together, without animosity, without greed. Obviously, situations like this can be traced back to greed, fueled by greed and ignorance of the Four Noble Truths. It is my hope that all beings across the world awaken to such teachings, and hopefully we have a more safer, wiser, kinder world proceeding on ahead. I'd like to conclude my short Dhamma talk for all of you, and may everyone be well, be happy, be free, and always be healthy. May all proceed on forward peacefully, come to a resolution. May this come to a peaceful resolution acceptable to all parties. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
I'm very grateful for the opportunity to be here together. For me, as a Zen Buddhist monk, with my dear friend, monk from the Theravada tradition, with all of you, with all our Buddhist community, it's so important to be together, to collaborate together with all the diversity of our expressions, our schools, our traditions. My hope is that we can recognize our interbeing, our interconnection and interdependence to each other. And with that, to help others to be free from any suffering, for them to live happily, to live in harmony, for our indigenous communities to support them. I'm very, very grateful that our Buddhist community in all the expressions is supporting our indigenous communities here in Arizona. Thank you.
Thank you both so much. It's such an honor to have you here and to know that you're in Arizona. I invite anyone else who feels moved to speak. Anything from your heart.
I'm Louise, speaking from California, and very moved by this gathering. I think what's most on my heart is my gratitude that Kathy and Joanne had the insight and the will to pull this together at short notice with technology that's unreliable, completely unreliable and not of the earth, and to bring us together for this purpose on this day. The other thing that's on my heart is my deep commitment to offering prayers from close up and afar for these efforts that the Apache people and many other indigenous people on this continent are making to restore their ability to be on and be in connection with their sacred land, sacred lands. I don't, it's very hard these days to think of how our government could repair this situation the way in the state that it's in. But if there's anything that I think will help, it's what we're trying to do. And that includes our own selves. I was just on a wonderful call with an indigenous teacher from Peru, and his point was the one thing you can do to help with the earth, to help protect the earth right now, is to work on this attitude of human supremacy that we've adopted as part of our culture, part of Western culture. And we can best do that by being with the land and being on the land and listening to the land and taking our instructions from the land. And that's what I think the Apache are teaching us to do. And I'm so grateful that I could be here today to honor their work. And I watched the videos last night. So when I was doing the walking meditation, I felt like I was walking on the Apache land. It was very beautiful. Thank you.
bell for us to enjoy our breathing. Gretchen, Sama, Lennis, Della. If anyone feels moved to speak, I just invite you to unmute and just share, just introduce yourself if that feels comfortable, and where you are and what brings you here. Would love to know you a bit more.
Thank you, Joanne. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Thank you, Lennis.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here. You've opened my heart with your prayers, and the way you offered them, Joanne, for the Apache Nation. And I especially think of the children and the legacy that, of course, the Apache tribe, I don't know if it's called a tribe, but the Apaches wish for them. And I feel we're joining those children in wanting the legacy for them of knowing and having their land. I'm sorry I haven't had access to a lot of the Zoom applications, and so I haven't been able to be as skillful as I would like in moving about because of some things that happened. So I just appreciate everyone's kindness in that situation. And I know I want to make time for other people, so I just want to send my heartfelt wishes and appreciation for all the people that are supporting the Indigenous people and for their own courage and skill. Thank you, everyone, for being here, and I wish I could see you, but I haven't been able to. Thank you. I don't know if you're seeing me, but I'm
No,
smiling.
yeah, thank you. I can tell you're smiling, Lennis. We can't see you. Lennis is a beloved Sangha sister of the Potluck Sangha that we're grateful members of. Thank you, Lennis, for joining us.
My pleasure.
And I think I also missed Reese, if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. You're also invited to introduce yourself if you'd like.
Hello, it's Riss, but my last name is Reese, so I kind of just respond to whatever. This was really nice. I have a lot of connections to Oak Flat already, so it's really kind of centering to be around new people who care in different ways.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Riss, where are you located, Riss?
I'm in Gilbert, Arizona native, so
Oh,
I've
wonderful.
frequented Oak Flat quite a bit.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
Gretchen, would you like to introduce?
Sure. Gretchen Reinhardt. I'm also in Arizona. I'm in Tempe, and here bringing interfaith presence, both with the Arizona Faith Network and Arizona Interfaith Power and Light, that is in particular attending to reaching out to faith communities about Oak Flats. And my own tradition is Quaker, and we have begun the process of supporting this work as well. So it's just lovely to see it being lifted up in prayer in different ways. And I very much appreciate joining you.
Thank you, Gretchen. Sorry, I was on mute. Thank you for joining us. It's just wonderful to meet new friends. And I'm looking forward to continuing this. You know, like I said, I'm going to organize a presentation for the Buddhist community about Oak Flat and the Apache Stronghold. So if you're interested in participating and joining, it would be a Zoom event. Please put your name and your email in chat so that we can add you to our mailing list. And you don't have to be in the Buddhist community, anyone. This is entirely interfaith, interspiritual. Yeah. I just realized that in addition to the fact that we had technical problems, there isn't as much awareness about Oak Flat as we wish there were. So my friend Jim, who's part of the coalition, offered to give a presentation with more detail about the effort to save Oak Flat and how we could get involved. And yeah, so I'll be sharing that information through a separate email when we schedule that. Kathy, would you like to share?
Yeah, I just wanted to, say there's a bunch of links in there. At 305, there's about 5 or 6 links of some really interesting videos and stuff about this. And then further down at 310, there's the video that we missed. So, to just encourage you, to me, I didn't understand what Apache Stronghold was. And especially this, it was one of the videos that you can get online by just Googling. Really made it so visual. It's such a beautiful place. It's such a beautiful piece of land, and to think that they would just completely destroy it for a copper mine is just pretty shocking. So yeah, I wanted to share those links with you. And if you can come to the event when Jim speaks, he's a really good speaker and he's a historian, so he's just a fascinating guy. Yeah, and personable. So, and he's with the Mennonite congregation in San Francisco that's working on this. Thank you.
Okay, unless someone else would like to speak, I think we'll close our gathering. Sama, if you would like to speak, I invite you to, but no pressure, no need to. We are coming up on the top of the hour, and it's our practice to offer the merit of our time together. Let's see. Ajan and Biku might like to speak again. Yes, thank you.
Thank you for having me back again. I couldn't help it but to be honest to all of you about all of this. This is my second time back to Arizona, and I've sat with the elders before, not the School of the Elders that I represent, but the elders within the Native American Indians that are here, to see their struggles, to see the alcoholism that pervades the American Indians. I couldn't help but to put myself in their shoes, on their land, and I'm new to Arizona and still trying to gauge the political climate and the social climate of what is happening. Things are developing here quite fast and quick, and couldn't help but to catch certain phrases like, we're operating on stolen land. And the lack of respect for our elders, lack of respect for our elders. The Buddha also advocated for justice. As much as both of us monks stand for compassion, understanding, forgiveness, there's that sense of justice in there. And I hope that things work out, and I'll be more involved into this subject and matter, because I can't imagine, if they start come knocking on the actual school of the elders door. So, there's that weight on one's shoulder. So I'm just new to it, and hopefully more information comes in so I can take that information to educate Gen Alphas and Gen Zoomers the importance of such land, and for them to mobilize them to get involved and advocate. They're all looking for something to advocate for instead of playing video games. And as a representative of the School of the Elders, we advocate for all elders out there, and the indigenous people and the indigenous land, and the preservation and protection for such land and people. That weighs heavy on my heart since I have been here, and on my previous visits around the churches and the programs that cater to the indigenous Native Americans that's here. I just wanted to make that last final contribution. But thank you. What a beautiful setting that we have here, all coming together collectively, this intersection, and to be well informed, for myself to be well informed of this, to bring back to all of my followers. And like I said, the mobilization and bringing up to awareness for the Gen Alphas and Gen Zoomers to get out there, because they're quite tenacious when they get all fired up. I guess I'm gonna go and get them all fired up after today. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, sharing this this important message is important. It's I'm aware of the fact that it's 7:00 East Coast time, and I believe that the lawyers are meeting with Apache Stronghold right now, after having gone into the Supreme Court and submitted their petition. And it's a petition for the Supreme Court to hear their case. So I'm eager to find out what the lawyers learned, and that they won't hear today. I was informed that it takes, I don't know, at least a month, I think, or more, for the actual Supreme Court to rule on whether they will hear the case. But I'm sure the lawyers are sharing with the Apache Stronghold and the supporters about what their experience was, meeting with the Supreme Court and presenting their petition. So let's close our circle. Louise, would you like to say something else? Great, please.
I just realized that this next month will be a very important time for us to continue our prayers and support, because
yes.
when the minds can change.
Exactly.
On the court.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that. Exactly. It's a day of prayer, but it's a continuation. Yes, every day, our prayers, our meditations, yes, can lift up and support this very important cause. Thank you. So I'll invite 3 bells to close, as is our tradition. Before we do that, if you've been sitting for a while, you might want to take care of any body parts that feel stiff. so that you can stand easily. So the first bell will be to stand if you so wish. The second bell will be to bow to all of us, to the Sangha and our collective potential for awakening. And the third bell will be to offer the merit of our practice to Oak Flat, to the Supreme Court, and to the world, our altar, to all beings everywhere. May our time together, our wholehearted practice, our prayers, any merit generated, be of benefit to all beings everywhere, including Apache Stronghold and the saving of indigenous peoples. Kath, do you want to stop the recording?